So, before we get started, I had a serious question to ask, and I need you guys to drop your answer to this question right in the comments. So, we have this side stashed out or no stash. Tell me which side looks good. I need to know. Alrighty then, stay tuned. Just a second, you're gonna see the video for our pre-marriage counseling part 3, 4, 4, 5. I have no idea. But enjoy watching. Later.
Hello everybody. Here we are for another hot seat.
I was not ready. Go ahead.
Now you know how I feel.
Go ahead.
All the time. Hot seat. We are going through another one of our marriage counseling videos. There we go. Thank you. So, shout out to the village. Hello. All those who are liking, sharing, those who are subscribing on YouTube. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and make sure you do that.
Yeah, and turn those notifications on too, so you know when a new episode has been released. We're coming to you every Wednesday and every Saturday. But because the month of February is so special, we plan on doing actually 3 episodes a week. So stay tuned for Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. All because we've been going through these sessions here. We try to get them up there to you in succession with a lot of our episodes that we have coming with our crew. So yes, you guys will finally be introduced officially to the crew. You caught a glimpse of them if you watched the A Crew Christmas video.
Yeah.
And so we want to, bring them on so you guys can know the importance of them in our lives as we're going through this process leading up to the big day.
Yes.
But in all things, the most important is the preparation for marriage. And what we got to talk about this time was that God has the best plan. He has the best plan for making sure we're putting each other's needs first. So I put her needs first and she puts my needs first.
Yes.
And that consistent sacrifice should be honored and respected, and so I should reciprocate that.
Right.
So the best plan is very, very simple. So we're going to talk about just 2 of them that we discussed with the pastor. So we're going to give you the B, and we're going to give you the st later. Okay? So B is for blessing. And so that's what that's pretty much what we got a deeper understanding on how to properly bless each other on a daily basis. So go right ahead. Start it out.
This one?
Right here.
I'm not reading that.
From the top.
I'm not going to read it.
What?
It's like plagiarism.
It's not plagiarism.
It's not our work.
Pretty much it just said, since she's so resistant, is always speak well of each other. And when there is a question or somewhat of a heated moment, to always express good words. Even though in some instances you would feel like being scolded, scorned, ignored, or insulted. So I have issues in some regards on how I speak to her. I don't see it, but
I hear it and I feel it.
Okay, tell them.
Well, I mean, like what? Like what?
This is very good because obviously I don't do these things, and that is considerable improvement since she can't think of anything.
No.
So.
Okay. So there are often times I'll cook, and most of those times he always has something to say about the cooking. It's too hot.
Nothing to do with the flavor.
There's not enough salt, which I take that because I'm not a big salt person, and that's a health thing. You cooked too much.
That's what it is.
You cook. There are 5 of us here right
20
now.
20 pounds of meat.
I didn't cook 20 pounds of meat.
Unnecessary.
But yeah, you cooked too much. But like I said, there's almost every time, often, there's always something. Oh, well, you could have done it this way. Oh, well, when I thought you said that, I thought you were thinking about making it this way. Or, you know, like I said, you cooked too much. Why didn't you just do half of it and I'd make the rest the next night or something like that?
That's the most recent and most prevalent thing because that's like the 3rd time you said you cooked too much.
Yeah, because most of the time right now you've said you cook too much. So we literally were in the room one day and I said, you know, instead of telling, because he doesn't see that as a critique. It's just a suggestion.
No, it's informative.
Which is a critique.
It's informative information that you can use to apply in future situations.
AKA, it's a critique. It's a critique, which I'm okay with critiques. My only thing is, I don't ever get a positive with it. So while we were, you know, I brought it up to him, I was like, why don't you just, what did I say? I said, instead of giving me your suggestion, because that's how he phrases it, I said, why don't you just say thank you? It's like, because if you think about it, that just means you don't have to cook that night or the next night, because I cook to have leftovers, because I'm not going to cook 2 nights in a row. And oftentimes I make sure I cook before I have to work, because that will be at least 2 nights where I won't be here. So it's like, you don't have to worry about the food because I've already cooked something. So just say thank you as a response rather than, well, why didn't you do, and then whatever comes to follow.
Yeah, but we had 10 pounds of chicken noodle soup and like 5 pounds of shrimp, both of which went bad.
Okay.
So that was my response as to why I say you cook too much.
You don't even eat it fast enough.
1, the chicken noodle soup I made a lot of, yes. But we were having people come over and they were going to eat, and then everybody brought food. So then I was like, oh, okay, because we were all sick. So that's 1. 2, the shrimp, I did not think it was that much because we were having shrimp tacos and I had seen him eat shrimp and the kids like shrimp. The problem with that was I made it too spicy. So
dumped it on
they were not able to actually eat it like normal. So, I mean, that, like I said, that was its own instance. The other meal was left out, not refrigerated, so it spoiled.
No, it was not. That's just your assumption. I put that in the refrigerator. I don't know why that thing is spoiled.
The chicken that was on the stove and had the like little netting on it because it was left out.
I didn't leave it out.
I don't know how long it had been out, but it was out long enough that
half a day is not going to do that. And that's at worst, it was half a day. Because I took it out the refrigerator.
Too long.
No, there's no way the meat should have spoiled that quick.
1, that's too long for health reasons. And 2, this apartment is normally between 78 and 80 degrees. That's too long. That's sitting outside, basically, in the hot sun.
Give us your opinion, because I don't know. And it's not in the hot sun when you got the blinds up. But regardless, moving on to the second one. So the second way is to always bless your partner by doing things for him or her, not as an obligation, but as a gift, because, you know, you're in the spirit. You feel like a giving, just like you saw in the pre-intro to the video. I got new clippers. You know, I got a new trimmer. So, you know, which you still need to know which side has been stash on and stash off.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that was
So
silly.
yeah, so that was a great surprise. Something, because she's like, oh, just, can I get you a gift? Just say yes. And I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to figure out what it is because I don't need anything.
But he did.
And so, yeah, it showed up, and just like the good Lord, it was on time. Because I sure did need it. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that is something I need. All right.
Pay attention.
Coming through in the clutch. So, yeah, always do that. It's all about positivity. Pretty much nurturing positivity in the relationship, in the marriage is what I picked up from our last session with the pastor. So the third way was always showing thankfulness and appreciation. So work in progress. Yes, I don't have to cook. Probably should start out with the positive and throw the negative and then close it with a positive.
That one, you know,
So,
that's
you know,
always a great
That
practice.
beautiful sandwich. So when the words are given to you, you digest it
A little bit better.
a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I can't be quite blunt. So the next one was the fourth way is to bless. The fourth way to bless is by calling God's favor down. So the key is, as we've been learning and talking about, is that to honor the marriage is by doing it God's way, and by doing it God's way, then you shall be blessed. And so when you have that consistent communication with Him, when you send those prayers up, the blessings will come down.
Mm-hmm.
So if she speaks to the Lord and it's more of a help me get through this situation, then there's obviously a disconnect between us and a disconnect between me and God. So that is an issue and a problem. And because we're all in this together, she can point that out there that, look, you're making me feel this way, which is part of the HOTC communication.
Yes.
So that way I can make the proper adjustments, or she can make the proper adjustments. So it's always speaking to God, so that way the favor will come down when you're actively following His plan, reacting to each other the right way, whether it's a cold situation, as in things are going good, a hot situation because you're irritated, or the other type of hot situation because, the magic is happening. The Lord will hear your call. Yes. And also to always spend some time praying for missions and ministries, and not to forget each other's needs when we're praying. So actively praying for one another, obviously, that what it is that I aspire to do and be, and how I want to reach out to people in the world, uplifting them in whatever fashion that God has blessed me to walk in, because we all have gifts and a purpose. Mm-hmm. She should be doing that for me, and I should be doing that for her.
Can I put you on the spot?
It's the hot seat. When can you not put me on the spot?
Hey.
Sometimes the seat needs to get hot. So
is that something that you do? Or I should say, is that something that you've done?
I need more words. Words, please.
Oh, I'm telling you, they just keep giving us
into it.
Is that something that you like before? Because this lesson is not the first time Pastor Manuel has told us that we need to be praying for one another. Well, praying together and praying for one another. So I'm like, since he last said that, what seems like forever ago, is like, have you done that since he said that? Slow no?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to praying together, no, we have not. We've failed miserably on that. I think scheduling has a lot to do with it, work scheduling, to actually have the time to do it. I'd be up in the morning, she'd be driving on the way, so she can't close her eyes and pray to the Lord while she's driving. And so by the time she gets home, she's ready to go to sleep, and I'm actively working at work at that point. But as far as, I'll be honest, no, I don't do it consistently.
Wait, so you have done it?
I do it like whenever, I don't know, whenever the spirit come over. I have no idea how to say that, but whenever it's like, oh, okay, I need to say something. And then I go ahead into prayer. Pray for the family, pray for you, pray for us.
So whenever the
Safe
spirit
travels.
convicts you, you're, oh yeah, okay, let me do that. Father.
Yeah. Father, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Did you know that I pray for you every night?
No.
Did you know that every night I'm physically in the apartment, I actually will end up getting up and walking around and pray? Like, go to the kitchen and pray.
Well, I hope your eyes are open, because I don't want you running into
I don't
any walls.
walk with my eyes closed, but I walk to
Because the Lord
somewhere
can direct
and
you when
pray.
you're blind, too.
I know.
And that was a word, deep thought.
But yeah, did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Ever noticed that?
No. How would I notice that when I'm asleep?
Well, I've gotten up sometimes while you were watching a movie.
Hey, sometimes you need a babysitter. But their eyes on you
The
as you
movie
rest.
is watching you. But you'll wake up and I'll do my prayers and come back in and you'll still be awake. Well, I'm surprised because he can fall asleep that fast.
Well, I'm not conscious then.
Oh.
The eyes must be open, but nothing registering at all. No.
Okay, just
No. So we got 12 ways to nurture your partner by blessing. So we're going to tag team on this one, since I did like the 4 core points. So, but pretty much you're going to do the second one because you can't see. Say something good about your partner to another person. So I love that one because it closes the door for temptation. Because if I'm going around saying something negative, then I'm pretty much giving the playbook for someone to come in and then try and deliver all the things I have an issue with her. Because then my mind's like, oh, well, she gives me this, that, and it ain't no problem, ain't no issue. So nope, God has put us together for a reason, and so there ought to be really nothing bad to say. When it should be certain things that we're working through, but nothing as far as down talking and negativity, none of that. So when we're speaking to other people, friends, family, strangers, whoever, this should always be something positive.
Right.
Yes.
Answer with positive, loving words, no matter what. So in those instances where he gives me his suggestion,
informative information,
critique, answer. So I mean, I may not answer with positive words. Most of the time I'm okay. There's always something, but okay. And so even when I told him, like, can't you just say thank you? I still try and implement some form of, okay, well, I made that too spicy, don't do that. Made too much, okay, next time won't make that big of a portion. So I mean, I try and take into consideration what he says. My biggest thing is just,
how you say it, the delivery. So do something kind for your mate. Talked about the clippers. Talked about me putting the clothes aside.
Oh yeah,
making sure that was done.
It was a big help to me.
Clean the kitchen. I actually cleaned it. Most of the time it's the kids. That's your chore. Handle it. But making sure certain things are in order.
Right.
Washing clothes. May not fold them, but wash them. See, it's progression. It's baby steps. So always do that. Surprise him or her with a gift or thoughtful act. So my thoughtful act was allowing her to go on her spa day. That's all jokes.
It sure is.
Yeah, but gifts, certain seasons, there are gifts. They come in multitude. They always have a specific purpose, most of which she is still blind to, but she will be known to those particular numbers and what they actually represent and mean. That is coming pretty soon, because it's few weeks left until the big day, so it'll have to be revealed at that point, because we got to be transparent in our communication.
We were supposed to be transparent now.
Yeah, but
I could know
some
now.
things are good because it says surprise him or her.
Next, do the things you know are important to your loved one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like this podcast.
yes. I mean, honestly, I don't know if you guys could tell in the beginning. I mean, I'm no actress or anything, and
It took over a year to actually make this happen.
very, very expressive in my face. But yeah, I was not like, but why though? Nah. But why? Like it was a struggle. It was a struggle. But here we are.
Yes.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm. Say thank you often and mean it. Say I love you. So, I do say thank you. There's been a whole progressive stage to the L word and the N word coming out in completeness. So it's a word. It comes from the past. How I grew up, traits, whether you call them genetic traits or whatever, coded traits, because
learned behaviors.
Or learned behaviors because growing up, the L word wasn't tossed around a lot. Neither was the M word, and then on top of that, the fear, because there's a whole bunch of it didn't work out all around me. So, yeah. But now I can say,
love you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm so glad you feel that way. I feel that way too.
That's not the same thing.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. It used to be that bad. But love you too.
There
Next
was
one.
no L word. That's what it used to be. Be consistently courteous.
Yes. Thank God for your mate and be specific. That is key. Be specific.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you cannot be specific as to why you're thanking God for your mate, that means you kind of just hitched up just to hitch up out of obligation. And that is not, that wouldn't be honorable. That relationship, unfortunately, to me, doesn't seem like it'll be everlasting. And if it were to be lasting for a few decades, it's probably because it'll be for the sake of the fact that we have kids. So yes, be specific in why you're thanking God for your mate.
Pray for his or her blessing.
Mm-hmm. Choose to forgive if hurt or offended.
Which is not always easy.
Said.
Or done.
Yeah. As a conscious choice to make that decision, to understand love in its entirety is that it really doesn't bring about any pain, dissension, division, any of that. It overshadows a lot of sins and shortcomings.
Excuse me. Avoid proud behavior and never try to get even.
Oh, eye for an eye. Do not do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we do an
Both
eye
of
for an
us.
eye now? Huh?
Both of us.
Huh?
We take it in turns, but we're getting better.
Yes. But you can do an eye for an eye when it is full of positivity. You cooked. Oh, because you cooked, I'm going to wash the dishes.
So that's like trying to one up the other.
Which is good
But
to
it's
be
positive.
that. Yeah, it's good to be
Okay.
that competitive. Like us, we're extremely competitive.
Yeah.
And we seem to be getting, I feel, closer and closer towards competing on who can sacrifice the most to make each other's lives a whole lot easier.
It's one of those things where you kind of like recount the day and see how well it works. today it's me. So, yeah.
Whatever.
We clean
The
this
night is
whole
young.
apartment
The night is young.
by hand.
Yeah, and toothbrushes.
Disinfected.
Because they have to clean by toothbrushes in this house.
Sometimes.
I need every crevice. No, I'm just kidding. No.
We did clean the blinds too.
Oh,
Like,
that's
no, I'm serious. We needed to disinfect this house after everyone being sick. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's because we're not sleeping on the purple mattress. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, I've been having terrible sleep, back, neck aches. All because we don't have that purple mattress yet.
Yeah. So.
Everybody, please tell what is
tell
it?
the company to sponsor us.
Do a hashtag purple mattress for Q.
Yes. So, anyways, moving forward, avoid proud behavior and never try to give even. What?
That was the last one we literally just
did.
did.
Study more ways to bless your partner. Always do that. You're not able to really study more ways to bless your partner if you're not communicating.
That's true.
And knowing his wants and desires for their life, because as time progresses, people progress in their ideas on life or what they want to achieve changes, their goals changes. So you gotta actively, consistently communicate with one another, because all that is going to do is force you to be honest. It forces you to be open, and when it's all said and done, you're being quite clear and transparent, and that's building another T word, which is trust. So yes, and that is very key. There can be no us. Wait.
Trust.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for finishing that, because I lost my thought for a second. And I always say that. Yes.
I cannot wait, because I have a feeling that I'm going to be blessed with something that I really want. Water pick soon. Because, yeah.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's okay. You can look it up.
But as I said earlier, that, when I said love overshadows, overcomes a lot of sins, that's literally what it says in the Bible. Love overcomes a multitude of sins. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8. And that brings us to E, edifying. Edifying. We said we were doing B, and you're going to do this later.
Okay.
Alrighty, jeez, Louise.
Well,
we're in the
said
flow.
B, but you could mean just the letter B.
No, I'm talking about B, E.
Well, then the details.
Yeah.
Details.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so what we had to pretty much surmise what we thought the definition of edifying is, and I said to uplift, you said
build up.
To build up. So in essence, that's really what it is. When you edify your partner, you build up in every aspect of his or her personality. And to edify is to personally encourage. So it hit both points of what it is we thought the word and definition means. And also when you're always edifying and building up your partner, there's no way or option to where you're tearing each other down. Edifying and love is almost hand in hand for me. Because if you love someone, you're going to edify them. And by edifying them, that means you love them, to put that effort into making sure that they're blessed, making sure that they're feeling the way they want to feel, that they're always seen, heard, and valued. There's never no dark side to it. So we should be as open and free as we possibly can be, which I think was great with the HOTC foundation in our relationship, because we come to each other without any fear or any type of fear of failure in our relationship individually, or any extremely hurtful criticisms, or just hurtful criticisms, period.
Yes.
Because the stuff I say ain't hurtful.
It's not.
Like, that shrimp trash. Why you make so much? I don't be saying that.
Yeah, it's not hurtful.
Because it is good.
It's not hurtful. It's just, it's the fact that that is a constant. Not what he says, but that something is going to be said.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not hurtful.
Yeah.
Transition.
Yeah, for sure. It's a daily thing. And I think that's what all of this is coming to, that marriage is literally something that you work on every single day. So from my standpoint, I don't know if I ever shared this with you, is that every single day for me is starting over at literally the ground level. So my whole objective each day is to, fall in love with you again, have that connection even stronger. So every day is like a reset for me.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm a little, because if you reset every day to 0, how can you have stronger feelings? Because it's at the beginning.
Well, in actuality, you'll always know what happened the day before.
Right.
So each day is like, I gotta prove my worth to you, like every day. So I can't take anything for granted, because every day isn't promised. So if I'm focused on us, like, in a sense, reconnecting, but then enhancing the relationship at the same time, then then I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job on growing our relationship as a whole.
Okay.
So it's just like, because if I get complacent, then I just allow somebody to intervene. So every single day I gotta, I love you. This is you're the person, you're the one. I thank God for you. I'm praying for you. I'm edifying you. I'm sending blessings your way. All of those things. I think it's just, it should be like, I just think, I don't know.
You reset every day.
I just reset every day.
To try and hit your goal. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that.
Okay. So we were given the key word to be that our relationship, our conversations, how we are around each other should always build up, encourage, strengthen, and above all, bring in and exude peace.
Exude was added.
Yeah, I added that because I'm all about my peace. I gotta have my peace. Yes. Yeah. That is the overall, what? Gotta do? All right, well, peace is always on my mind. I don't want my peace disturbed. It's been many, many years to get to this state. So I need my peace, I need to keep it. And I think that is a good outlook to have.
Well, depending on what?
I'm talking about with us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a good outlook to have.
It absolutely is. I'm on board with that.
Because I want us on the same page. I don't want no dissension, and then the dissension carries itself out into the public and causes discord, and the children looking at people funny, and then they try to play on each other and all that. That's just chaos. I need peace. And with that, a peaceful situation, keeping it, working towards it, you got to consistently have an environment where you can be emotionally safe and vulnerable with one another without there any down talking, down looking, or, oh, here we go again. And that's something I'm working on, because every now and then I'll be like, here we go.
Literally like that.
Here we go.
Out loud, so I can hear and see him.
Yeah. No.
And I just say, yes, here we go again.
Yeah. So there's 12 ways to nurture your partner by edifying. Do not criticize your partner again. Back up your decision by action until it becomes a habit. Yeah. Discern your partner. Discern where your partner can use extra encouragement and think of ways to build him or her up. The pastor did say, be cautious, be wise, and I'll even add, pray with the Lord before.
Yeah.
Because if I'm coming to her with something I feel she needs to improve upon, she may take that all the way out to left field because she think there ain't nothing for me to improve upon what you talking about. Shoot, is the chicken burnt? it ain't burnt, so you ought to be able to eat it. But it's so spicy. My tongue has done that. So you gotta be, methodical in the delivery. So that's one thing that I picked up on that we talked about earlier that I have to work on. So spend some time thinking about every positive quality you admire in your mate. Edify your partner with words of praise and appreciation. And be genuine, specific, and generous. Recognize his or her talents, abilities, and accomplishments, individually and within the household as well. Words of affirmation, which is one of the love languages.
5 love languages.
Yes. Communicate your respect for the work he or she does. And I think I do, because you be working those long shifts, taking care of other folks. And then when it comes time, when we're down and out, that talent, that skill that you have allows you to get us back up on the healthy page again. So I think I communicate and have a respect for your work, because that is your world. I don't want to step in it, and then in our relationship, I don't want to deal with it, because you got that wholeheartedly.
Which is something that comes up in here, but we're working on that too, because we need to share our worlds. Keep your attention focused on your partner rather than expressing admiration for others of the opposite sex.
Yes.
Seek your partner's opinions and show that you value his or her judgment.
Yes, like with money. I make all the decisions. I make the movements. But if she comes up with an idea or feels we should do this instead, it shouldn't be, so what I was going to do and what I am going to do is this. But I think we should do, it is already done. I did what I felt we needed to do. You have a great night. Love you. No. That is an extreme problem.
Yeah. That's happened maybe twice. But it was, discussed, because we do have honest, open, transparent communication. So.
Yes. So that is not.
It's not something
that will never be a habit of mine to do such things. It should be literally like, like hashtag emphasis on the Clarks. Literally checking in with one another. Can I buy the 99-cent gum? No. Wait till it's 49 cents tomorrow. Okay. Literally be checking in on each other, because it's all about the principle and keeping that communication. Creating an environment where you're consistently vulnerable, open to having whatever conversation about any topic, whether it be light or dark situations.
And doing that helps with everything else. So that if you take the time to share those small things and check in, you foster the trust. All of that builds up so that when you want to come up with something that might be a difficult topic to talk about, you already have set the foundation of a safe environment to speak. So.
And that demonstrates your confidence in him or her. That, the health, you handle that. Yes, the money, you handle that. But still, having that communication and understanding also your own weaknesses where you fall short on, that boosts the confidence of your partner and boosts that trust factor as well.
Respond to your date with eye contact, smiles, and body language. Turn towards him or her.
Yes.
So if you guys notice, a lot of times when he's speaking or I'm speaking to him, I turn my head and look at him, even though he's like, the people want to see you. It is a habit.
Yes. A good habit. Because it lets me know she's looking dead into my eyes and into my soul. She wants me to feel what it is she's saying.
Yes.
Consistently edifying, lifting me up as I'm edifying and lifting her up. She needs to feel that. She needs to feel, we need to feel that rise together. Excuse me. Treat your partner as VIP.
What?
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
No, I was.
So pretty much, you know, my overall objective is to retire. She loves to do her job, and I really want to be here at the house, making sure everything is where it needs to be. Well, apartment, excuse me.
Yeah.
Here at the apartment, making sure everything is where it needs to be. She comes in right through the door. She can sit literally right here on the, what do you call this?
It's a chase.
On the chase, but I finna call it the love seat. On the chase, and I can just have the palm, just, you know, how many grapes did you need to be fed today? Because I washed them and I polished them. So that's really, you know, my objective on retiring. So I can, you know, treat her as such the moment she walks through the door. Because as of right now, it's I walk through the door and it's crash time. It's record time. There isn't really a pampering time of each other, which is something pastors say we have to do.
Every week.
Every single week. We gotta find a day where it's us. Even if it's us just sitting here watching Law and Order.
Which I would be okay with that.
SVU, or whatever show that we've been doing, like with the Marvel. I think we finished it.
We finished Marvel.
Did we really?
Yes, we really did.
I think I fell asleep.
But
then we refinished. Well, we refinished it the next day.
Yes.
So yeah, doing stuff like that.
I think right now it would just be The Mandalorian.
We finished The Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. And don't come back to the fall.
Ah!
Yeah, that was the last episode.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last one is to always provide a peaceful, relaxed atmosphere of acceptance and unconditional love. Yeah. So that's what we learned from the B. This is coming later. And that is, well, you know, 4 objectives of nurturing your spouse, blessing and edifying. The other 2 we will talk about later on another episode. So I would like to thank the village and everyone who is new to watching. Hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and as always, while you're looking on the YouTube, is to like, share it, and comment. We want to have a, you know, true village of where we're interacting with each other, getting advice, additional knowledge, because our objective is to put a spotlight, have a platform for families that are blending, but more importantly, putting more positivity in the world when it comes to relationships and marriage. Nothing scary. As you can tell, I'm stuttering now. How afraid I was of the word love and marriage, and look at me.
There you go.
It's possible. So always comment. We want to have that. If you want to join the show and talk about whatever topic of your choosing, you can do so, unless it falls right in line with what we already have planned. It'll be great. We want to have you on here. We want to continue to put the content out. So we need you to watch. We need you to like and share, because we want to reach as many people as we possibly can and create literally a segment of where blending families can really talk about the challenges that they go through and how they overcome them while strengthening their relationship as well. Because if this isn't strong, the whole blend will fall apart.
Yes. That's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait. LifeWithQFLO@gmail.com is how you would be able to reach us. Sending us an email, especially if you did want to come on with us and sit here.
Or sit with you.
Oh, that too. We are mobile. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or the YouTube. And then LifeWithQFLO@gmail.com. That's life with the letter Q.
Why do you always
flow
do
at
that?
gmail.com. I don't know.
Oh my God. So those are all of our social media platforms. Please support. We are, I would say, truly focused, honestly, on the Facebook and the YouTube factor because we want to be able to literally host people.
Mm-hmm.
But that hosting comes with dollars.
Mucho.
Yes. So please, we try to get the views up there. We're going to speak it out into existence. We're going to ask, because if we ain't asking, how we know we're going to be able to receive? We got to speak it into existence. So all of those who have, we appreciate it. Continue to watch, but please share. Let them know what we're doing. This is good stuff we're putting up here.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the cough is attacking me. So we're going to end this right now. Good night.
Good night.
Sleep tight, and may the love stay there each and every night.